Just because you're in a tough spot right now doesn't mean that's where your story ends. See, your current situation isn't your final destination. It's just a chapter. God's plan for you is so much bigger than what you're facing. But here's the thing. You're looking at your life through the lens of today, while God's already standing in your tomorrow. You see limitation, He sees expansion. You see failure, He sees foundation. You might feel stuck, like nothing is changing, like the dream is too far out of reach. But let me tell you, God doesn't give small assignments. If the vision looks too big, good. That means it's not just yours. It's His plan working through you. Don't let your current surroundings make you forget the promise. Your bank account, your job title, your zip code, that's not your worth. That's not the measure of your future. Stop measuring your potential based on what you can see. Faith is about believing in what you can't see yet. So if things aren't adding up, if you're tired, if you feel overlooked, remember this: God is not done. The plan He has for you will stretch you, grow you, and bless you beyond what you thought was possible. But you've got to keep moving. You've got to trust that what you're walking through now is preparing you for what you asked for. Don't give up in the middle. He's not finished writing your story. Your gift is your key, not your title, not your degree. You're not your followers, your gift. That thing deep inside you that comes naturally, that makes you feel alive, that others notice in you even when you don't see it yourself. That's your access point. See, too many people spend their whole lives chasing success, not realizing that the door was never locked. They just never tried their own key. Your gift is what God gave you to unlock purpose, provision, and peace. But the problem is, you're busy trying to copy someone else's lane while ignoring your own. You think because you didn't go to school for it, or you don't have a platform, your gift isn't valid. Let me tell you something: God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. If He gave you the gift, He already made room for it. But a gift left unopened is a destiny delayed. You've got to work it even when it feels small. You've got to develop it even when no one's watching. You've got to trust it even when it's not making you money yet. Don't bury your talent because you're afraid it won't be enough. What God placed in you was never meant to be wasted. It was meant to be worked. And when you start operating in that gift, when you stop hiding it and start honoring it, doors begin to open that you didn't even knock on. Favor starts to follow you. People start to notice, not because you forced it, but because you finally tapped into what was already yours. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to. Delay is not denial. You're sitting there wondering why it's taking so long, why the relationship hasn't come, why the business hasn't taken off, why the opportunity hasn't shown up. And you start to think maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's too late. But let me tell you, when God is involved, late is never an option. He doesn't operate on your calendar. He operates on your character. Sometimes He holds things back, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because what you're asking for comes with weight. And if you're not strong enough to carry it yet, you'll drop the very thing you prayed for. So instead of getting bitter in the waiting season, get better. Build yourself while you wait. Learn while you wait. Heal while you wait. Because when it's time, when it's really time, nothing and no one can stop it. See, God is setting things up behind the scenes, aligning people, creating space, moving mountains you can't even see. You're out here thinking it's a no, when all it really is a not yet. Your name is on the blessing. Your breakthrough is on the way. But don't miss it because you walked away too early. Delay is just divine timing in disguise. Stay ready, because when the moment comes, it won't just be a blessing, it'll be the right one. Fear is blocking your blessing, and you don't even realize it. You're praying for God to open doors, but you won't even get up and knock. You say you want the opportunity, but when it comes close, you talk yourself out of it. You let self-doubt steal moments that were meant to elevate you. Fear whispers that you're not ready, not qualified, not enough. And you believe it more than you believe the promises God already spoke over your life. Let me tell you something. Fear is a liar. It doesn't protect you. It paralyzes you. And if you keep listening to it, you'll miss everything that was already lined up with your name on it. Fear will have you shrinking back from rooms God built for you to stand in. It'll have you turning down chances, playing small, staying quiet, settling for less. But here's the truth: God didn't give you fear. He gave you faith. He gave you power. He gave you the authority to walk boldly into spaces that don't even make sense on paper. You don't need every answer. You just need the courage to move. The blessing is already there, but fear is sitting at the door, daring you to stay where it's safe. Break past it. Walk through it. Fear won't go away, but it can't win unless you let it. You were not created to live in the shadows of doubt. You were built to rise, to lead, to move forward even with shaky hands. Faith is not the absence of fear. It's moving anyway, knowing that what God has for you is greater than anything fear can take from you. You can't receive what you're not ready to carry. This is a truth many people overlook when they're praying for blessings or asking for more. You want the promotion, the business deal, the house, the relationship. But are you really ready for all that comes with it? God doesn't give you things just to give them to you. He gives you blessings that are going to stretch you, grow you, and require you to show up in ways you never have before. The life you're praying for might sound beautiful in theory, but do you have the discipline to manage it? The emotional strength to handle it? The patience to grow into it? God is not going to place something on your shoulders that you can't carry. But He also won't give it to you if you're not prepared to manage it well. If you're praying for financial success, but you can't budget or manage your money now, that blessing is going to overwhelm you when it arrives. If you want a loving relationship, but you're not ready to give, to trust, or to compromise, that partnership will fall apart in your hands. God will give you the opportunities, the open doors, and the favor, but you have to do the work to build the capacity to hold those blessings. So, if you're in a season of waiting, it's not a sign of denial. It's God's way of making sure you're equipped for the level of success you're asking for. You may feel like it's taking too long, but trust me, He's not holding out on you. He's building you, preparing you. So when that blessing arrives, you'll be able to carry it with grace, integrity, and responsibility. When you're ready to receive, nothing and no one can stop it. Stop living by other people's limits. You've spent way too long allowing the opinions, doubts, and expectations of others to define your potential. You're allowing someone else's fear to dictate how far you'll go, letting their small thinking hold you back from your greatness. But listen to me. God didn't create you to live inside someone else's box. He created you to break barriers, to push limits, to move mountains that other people thought were immovable. Yet for too long, you've been measuring your dreams based on the comfort zones of the people around you. You've been trying to play it safe, trying to make sure everyone approves, trying to fit yourself into spaces that weren't designed for you in the first place. But here's the truth: their limits are not your limits. Their fear is not your fear. Their idea of what's possible has nothing to do with what God has already put inside of you. You've been holding back because you're worried about what they'll think if you take that leap, worried that they'll say you're too much, too bold, too loud. Well, it's time to stop caring about their comfort. It's time to stop allowing their limitations to stop your progress. You have a destiny that was written for you, not for them. The world isn't going to adjust to your dreams. You have to be bold enough to step out of the shadows and claim what's yours. Your potential has no boundaries unless you let others create them for you. Stop shrinking back, stop asking for permission, and start living in the fullness of who you were created to be. Take the risk. Go for it. Trust that if God gave it to you, it's meant for you, and no one's opinion can change that. Comfort is the enemy of calling. We've all been there, getting too comfortable with where we are, with what we've built, with the life we've managed to carve out. It feels good to be in a place where everything is stable, where you know what to expect each day, where you don't have to risk anything or step out of your familiar space. But the truth is, when you're comfortable, you're not growing, you're not stretching, you're not fulfilling the potential that's inside of you. Your calling doesn't exist in a place where everything is easy. It's not found in the safety of the ordinary. Your purpose, the reason you were put on this earth, demands that you step outside of the box you've built for yourself. It's about being willing to embrace the unknown, to face uncertainty, to make the hard choices that lead to transformation. Comfort will have you convinced that you've made it, that you've arrived, that there's nothing more to strive for. But your calling will keep tugging at you, reminding you that there's something greater waiting. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're not stepping into the fullness of what God has planned for you. You can't fulfill your potential staying in a place where you're no longer challenged. The moment you get too comfortable is the moment you stop evolving, and evolution is the essence of success. The biggest breakthroughs, the most significant transformations, the moments when you'll truly see what you're capable of. It all happens outside of your comfort zone. That's where the magic is. If you want to answer your calling, if you want to live the life you've been destined for, then you have to be willing to leave the comfort zone behind. Stop playing small. Stop making excuses. Step out into the unknown with confidence, because that's where you'll find the life that's waiting for you. The calling on your life is too big to be confined to a place of comfort. You were made to rise, to stretch, to be more than you've been. Don't let comfort hold you back. Your calling is calling, and it's time to answer. Faith requires action. Too many people talk about having faith. But faith isn't just about believing in something. It's about doing something with that belief. Faith without works is dead. And that means that just wishing for a change or waiting for the perfect moment will never get you anywhere. If you truly believe that God has a plan for your life, then you have to move like you believe it. You can't sit on the sidelines expecting things to fall into your lap. Faith isn't passive, it's active, it's alive. and it's demanding you to step out. You can't say you have faith for a breakthrough, but sit back and wait for it to happen. Faith means you move forward when it doesn't make sense, when the road isn't clear, when the odds are against you. It's waking up every day knowing that God has equipped you for what's ahead and that you have to show up and do the work. It's trusting the process even when you can't see the end goal. Faith is the fuel that propels you to take risks, to put in the effort, to give everything you have, even when it looks like nothing is happening. If you don't act, if you don't take that first step, then you're telling God that you don't truly believe He can do it. It's not enough to say you trust Him. You have to show that you trust Him with your actions. Your belief needs to be visible through your hustle, your effort, your discipline. When you take action, you're telling the universe, I trust that the thing I'm working towards are already on their way to me. But the key is that you can't wait for everything to line up perfectly. The moment you make the decision to move, to act, you align yourself with the greatness that's coming. Faith requires action. And when you act, that's when the doors start to open. That's when the opportunities start to align. And that's when God's plan starts to unfold in your life. If you truly want the breakthrough, you've got to step out in faith and put in the work. Faith without action will never bring the results you're looking for. It's time to stop waiting and start moving. In conclusion, I want you to remember this. What God has for you is already yours, but you've got to show up for it. The gifts, the blessings, the opportunities, they're all waiting for you to step into them. But you can't wait for them to come to you. You have to move, you have to act, and you have to believe that what you've been praying for is already in motion. Stop living by the limits of others. Stop staying comfortable, and stop letting fear dictate your next move. Your calling is bigger than where you are right now. Your faith is the key that will open the door, but it's your actions that will make it happen. So take the leap, trust the process, and know that the waiting is not in vain. God is setting things up for you, and when the time comes, no one can stop what's already been ordained for your life. You haven't even tapped into what He has for you yet, so get ready to receive the abundance, the breakthroughs, and the blessings that are about to overflow. You were born for this. Keep moving, keep believing, and watch how everything falls into place. Your best is yet to come.